Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to our review of Space Jam: A New Legacy, or The New Legacy. I can never remember what it is.
Something.
This is Megan. She's joining me. That's why we have. Look at this format, guys. Look at the setup we got. This is like this is like average YouTube stuff right here. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you're not professional, but this is about average. So we're getting there. Working my way up.
Yep.
Thanks, babe. So we're going to talk about Space Jam. First of all, we watched the first original Space Jam yesterday, last night, literally less than 10 hours ago. And Megan, what
Fell
did you
asleep.
think?
I fell asleep. Um,
That's our review. But bye, guys.
no, it was okay. I mean, it was fine.
We did a
I
commentary track for it. That's going to be posted on the channel before this video. So listen to our commentary, and you'll hear more of our thoughts about the first Space Jam.
I thought that it was an okay movie. I don't think that it's anything I would ever want to watch again. Wouldn't feel the need to ever watch it again.
She's talking about the first one.
Talking about the first one, yeah. Didn't like it a whole lot, but it was okay. I know that I watched it as a child, but at least once, but I didn't remember anything about it. And it was a little boring. Not
As
very,
opposed to this one.
not very funny. They both suck, if you ask me. Or
Dum,
they don't.
dum,
Okay, they don't
dum.
suck, but I mean, they're not something with rewatchability.
Yeah. So I guess we'll get our general thoughts out there before we go to spoiler stuff, because it'll be mostly like a spoiler, just kind of discussion, not so much a review. Review mixed with discussion. So of course, the first one I think it's really great, actually. 7.5. Listen to the commentary track for the review at the end of that for the first Space Jam. This one, it's horrible to me. I don't like it. It's kind of watchable in a cringy way, like a so bad it's good type of way. I think it's worth at least one watch if you're a fan of Space Jam and you like basketball and the Looney Tunes and WB kind of crap, because it's like the WB verse. What do they call it in the movie? The server verse.
Yeah.
They go into like the server verse of like all of WB. So it's interesting in that regard, and it's kind of fun in a bad way. But I would never watch this again, and it's kind of horrible. So that's my general thoughts without spoiling what happens in the movie. What do you think? General thoughts before we talk about what happens in the movie and.
Well, I thought it was a little worse than the original, and I was mad that it was longer.
Yes, it's so much longer for no reason, really. So yeah, there you go. Megan says that this one is worse than the original, and she doesn't really care for the original, and it's longer. So there you go. All right, now let's go to spoilers. So this movie starts with LeBron James in his huge ass mansion, which immediately, gives us the vibes that this is an everyman. This guy is not
Yeah.
special. His name is not literally King James. They don't call him King a lot in the movie. This guy's just better than us, I think. As opposed to the original movie where Michael Jordan is like in a humble neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
He has like a 3-bedroom house, and he has his family and everybody. And, this is just how we love to start our movie off for our protagonist, to make sure that we know he's a good guy. And he comes in bullying his son immediately.
Yes, and he has this ball dispenser. He just says ball and it comes. I
Yeah.
thought that was cool, though.
Yeah, that's like some future tech shit. But so if we're gonna talk about the opening, we'll talk about the acting.
LeBron sucks.
LeBron James is a horrible actor in this movie, and I don't think it's his fault necessarily. They give him a lot to do. The story is pretty complex when it comes to like, it's basically your generic father-son relationship, kind of cliche, but in the right way that can be compelling. Like, I think there's a good story there that they tried to make or tell. A good story they tried to tell. It just doesn't translate well with LeBron James and the dialogue. The dialogue is horrible in this movie, and it wouldn't be saved with a great actor. Like, there's like there's just dumb humor that's like weird phrases crammed in there, and it's just cringe.
Yeah.
Even if you had like the most charismatic in the man in the world trying to say this dialogue, it wouldn't work. And you just put it into LeBron James's mouth, and it doesn't. It's just bad. Do you agree?
Yeah, that was rough.
The good thing about the original movie is that they don't have this super complex story that Michael Jordan is trying to emote or act. Like, they give him very little to like react to, and he just kind of says his lines, and they're kind of just like natural lines. They're not making this emotional, deep story where Michael Jordan has to act like his son is gonna, leave him or turn to the dark side or some shit.
Yeah.
So it hides a lot of the fact that Michael Jordan is not a real actor. But he just feels so much more natural in that movie. It doesn't feel forced. The story in this feels forced. The acting feels forced. And it's so long. The story is like so long and complex. The original is like 1 hour, 25 minutes. It's condensed. You go from here to here to here. The Monstars. It's just a better told story. It's just a simpler, and that's the way it should have been. They should have just made this a simple, smaller story, not have all this weird. But they crammed so much into it with the serververse, and they wanted to have like characters from Game of Thrones, from like fucking everything. Harry
Potter.
They didn't show any Harry Potter characters. They showed
But they
the
just
world.
showed the world a couple of times.
Yeah, but they wanted to have like fucking the Frost, the Night King from Game of Thrones, and like an extra in the background. The Iron Giant, King Kong. Like, it's kind of a mess of characters. And, I'm not gonna lie, some of it is like it's a fun and interesting concept, but it's just it's forced into this dumb basketball movie with LeBron James. Like, it doesn't need to be this Warner Brothers all-encompassing property just for Space Jam. What do you think?
I mean, I don't have a lot of opinions on it.
Megan's just like, I didn't care for it.
I thought that
whatever.
I thought that it was fun to see the characters, honestly. I liked that part a little bit.
Yeah, that's something, at least.
Yeah, you hated seeing the characters. I liked it. I thought it was fun.
It's one of the things that gives the movie something to look forward to, because like, what else are they going to try to throw into this movie? There's scenes where Bugs wants to but he wants to reconnect with his Looney Tune family because
they ditched him.
Don Cheadle said, you guys can live in different worlds because this Looney Tunes world kind of sucks, and they left to different worlds. And so there's a scene where Bugs and LeBron James try to get the characters back from different worlds, and they do. The only one that was kind of cool or that was interesting to me was the Mad Max one, because I was like so excited to see Mad Max. And there's Roadrunner because he's running into the desert, and it just makes sense for them to be there. And Wile E. Coyote.
The Lola one was good with Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah, Lola Bunny has like a Wonder Woman scene, which is not so bad. It's like empowerment, yay! She's not sexy walking around like.
Hallelujah.
You know what I mean? She's like, I'm Wonder Woman. I'm badass. I'm gonna block the bullets and rocks and all this stuff. So it's like, okay, well, they kind of 360 that one. Now we're female empowerment, not female exploitation.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. There's the Matrix one with the granny. That's embarrassing, and it's somewhat. I mean, it makes a little bit of sense in the fact that there's a new Matrix movie coming out. So Warner Brothers kind of wants to, Matrix is a thing, guys. Keep it in your brain. Did you know about the Matrix? There's a new movie Matrix coming out.
I haven't seen any of the Matrixes, and
But did you get that reference with the grandma jumping in the kick?
Nope, didn't get it.
Even from Scary Movie? Remember when they did that in Scary Movie in the year 2000?
Nope, don't remember.
That's just a big trope, and they do it in this movie. There's a fucking Austin Powers like short cameo. And Dr. Evil, and there's Elmer Fudd as Dr. Evil. What else was there? I think I don't think I'm missing one, but those were like bad, but bad in a way that's like, I can't believe that this is really happening. Like, I'm like, my God, this is happening. It's kind of interesting in the fact that they tried this, but it's bad. It doesn't really work to me.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was fine.
Yeah. All right, so we're shitting on the movie pretty hard, but I will give it one positive.
I did not shit on it.
Okay, but this is the one positive that I'll throw out there for it. I think the visuals, the CGI, and all of the animation stuff they did turned out really well. Like
Mm.
from a visual standpoint, this movie looks pretty awesome. Like there's a lot of visual effects that they had to do for this movie, and it all looks really good. Like I can't imagine how much work went into all like the because there's a lot of neon and a lot of like digital um, like like transitions, I guess. I don't know what you would call them. Like a lot of people digitizing and like zapping and there's like so many characters and everything. It turns out looking very well.
Yeah.
Don't you think? Like there was not a place like where I thought that. And LeBron is like CGI'd into these worlds at some points, and there's baskets around him, and there's like just people around him, and it all looks really, really, really good. Like I don't wonder how much the budget went to, um, the visual effects, and I don't know how big a budget this movie had, but it had to have a pretty good sized budget, unless visual effects are just getting that much better, where it looks like amazing, you know.
Yeah. It looked good.
Yeah. So I guess that's it, guys. I think I've ran out of things to kind of complain about. I'm sure that if we talked about it more, like if I could everything that there's a lot of things that happen in the movie, but I think my general thoughts have been put out there, things that just really upset me. I think it's it's a disappointment because obviously I wanted this to be good. They just don't make LeBron very likable in the movie
Mm.
at all.
Yeah. Because he's a big bully to
And
his
even
kid.
yeah, even at the end,
He's like really nice to one of his kids because he likes basketball.
yeah,
And then he's really mean to the other one because he's not as into it. And he still plays it.
right. He
Just
just wants
not-
to develop games and stuff.
Yeah. He wants to do like both and mostly the games. And his dad's mad about it. And he's kind of rude.
Yeah, and that's a good and there's a good message in the movie. It just doesn't really come together well, and it's mostly the acting. But what can you do? I just wish they wouldn't have pushed it so far, because you can have like a message in a movie like this, but they double down way too many times. But all the ideas actually like the serververse. I hate that phrase. Don Cheadle plays the algae rhythm, which is just an algorithm type of character, which is pretty scary in the fact that this algorithm is technically taking over the world and trying to digitize everybody and trap them or some shit. It's like Skynet. It's like Terminator 2, freaking robots taking over, which is kind of scary. But I just hate that name too, algae rhythm. It's so stupid. But there is some concepts in here that I think are interesting and could be cool if they were just executed right. Like a lot of stuff kind of comes back and pays off. There's the dribble move thing that happens, and that comes back in the end. So the actual framework is there. It's just all the actual spoken dialogue is just garbage. The end is fine. They end up playing the basketball game. Oh, we gotta be loony. Bugs and LeBron have their like little back and forth of like, we were trying to be like you, and then it's like, oh my God, I was forcing my son to be like me when he should just be himself. Man, what a message! Never heard this one before.
Yeah. I don't know. Now that we're talking about it, I think I liked it a little bit more than I originally thought. But I did
Why?
fall asleep during it too.
Yeah, Megan can't stay awake during movies.
No.
Oh well,
I don't know. I just don't.
it depends on the movie. We watched a movie the other day that you stayed awake. Legally Blonde. She stayed awake during Legally Blonde. What, you got nothing to say?
Well, just quit.
Legally Blonde better than Space Jam and Space Jam 2?
Yeah.
There you go. I'd rather watch Legally Blonde right now than watch Space Jam 2 again.
Well, I thought
And we just watched it like 3 days ago.
I thought they were both okay at best.
So what would you give? To spoil my rating for Space Jam, I gave it a 7.5. I think I already said that earlier.
Mm-hmm.
This one, I'm going to go 2 out of 10. Wait, did I say 7 out of 5?
You said 7.5.
Okay, I thought I mixed it up. So I'm
No.
giving this a 2 out of 10.
I said yesterday that I gave Space Jam a 6. And I
Mhm.
think that I will also give this one a 6.
You're out of your damn mind. But that's fine. Your opinion is your opinion. The only thing that saves this from a 0, in my opinion, is the visual effects. And some of the because none of the humor really worked for me at all in this. Some of the Looney Tunes stuff some of it was kind of fun, but Bugs Bunny's voice didn't match up with what I would like to hear.
Yeah.
As far as like a Bugs voice, and everyone else's voices was fine, but the visual effects the only thing that saved this from being a 0 out of 10. If they were subpar, or if any of it was like just off-putting looking or didn't look very well, like if LeBron was standing there and it looked like Star Wars prequels, that would have been a 0. But
I think
visuals
that
are
I feel
good.
like if you wouldn't have loved Space Jam so much, I think you would have given this a better rating. But I think that you wanted it to be more like Space Jam was,
Yeah,
and
because
that's
it's
the whole reason you don't like it.
no. It's not the whole reason.
It's
This
a big
is just
part.
bad. Well, they can be compared though because they're the same kind of franchise. Like, can you compare Harry Potter 1 to Harry Potter 2, right?
Yes,
Because they're
baby. Yes.
and they missed out on opportunity to have Michael Jordan show up in this. They had a stupid ass joke where Michael
Well.
B. Jordan showed up.
Well, maybe Michael Jordan didn't want to do it.
And yeah, he was like, "No, dude, this movie's gonna be garbage." He
Yeah.
said, "I saw some of your acting, LeBron. It's terrible."
Maybe so.
Nah, I don't know. I wish he would have showed up though, because it would have been so cool. That's my thoughts. That's it, guys. Megan, you have anything else to say about the movie
No.
or movies? A 6 and a 6.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know which one I preferred.
Well,
They
I know
were-
which one you preferred. The first one, because it's shorter.
Yeah.
Which one would you want to watch again?
Well, the first one, yeah.
Because it's shorter. This movie drags a little bit. I mean, it has a lot in it, but it still is like, it's just too long. It's just too long. All right, y'all. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you thought about Space Jam. Give it your rating down below. All that good things. I want to thank my girlfriend Megan for joining me for this review because I think it's super cool for her to do so. And because I like her to be a part of the channel. I do a lot of reviews here, and it's fun to have some time where we can talk about it together and be, a fun movie reviewing couple. So shout out to you.
You're welcome.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye.